And Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated at the 17th BRICS Summit in Rio de Janeiro. In his address to BRICS nations on day one of the summit, the Prime Minister denounced the Pahalgam terror attack that India faced on the 22nd of April earlier this year. He said the attack was a blow to the entire humanity, asserting that silent support of terror is not acceptable. He called for a unified stance against terror and said that there should be no hesitation in imposing sanctions on terrorists. Acknowledging the Prime Minister's concerns, BRICS nations strongly condemned the Pahalgam attack as criminal and unjustifiable. BRICS condemned Pakistan terror in China's presence. The summit declared that those involved must be held accountable and that zero tolerance on terrorism must be ensured. The Prime Minister also continued his Global South outreach and said that two-thirds of humanity has not been adequately represented in global institutions, adding that the Global South had not been given a place at the decision-making table and that this is not just a question of representation, but also a question of credibility and effectiveness.
Pahalgam terrorist attack in strongest terms. He underlined that the attack, the Pahalgam attack, terror attack, is an onslaught on the entire humanity. He also noted that those funding, promoting and providing safe havens to terrorists must be dealt with in the harshest terms. In the session on strengthening multilateralism, economic, financial affairs and artificial intelligence, Honorable Prime Minister expressed that diversity and multipolarity were valued strengths of the BRICS. He added that BRICS could play an important role in shaping a multipolar world. In this context, he also gave few suggestions in terms of considering setting up a science and research repository in the BRICS groups. He reiterated that the global organizations of the 20th century lacked the capacity to deal with the challenges of the 21st century. And therefore, he underscored the importance of reforming the multilateral organizations. He called for a multipolar and inclusive world order and stated that the global governance institutions, particularly the UN Security Council, the IMF, the World Bank, and the WTO, must undergo urgent reform to reflect the contemporary realities and times.
We straight across to Shivani for more details on that. Shivani, essentially the Prime Minister setting the record straight here, using this as an opportunity and a platform to name and shame Pakistan in that sense, isn't it?
There are very important points have been raised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the BRICS Summit. One, that there should be an approach of multilateralism. That means all the countries should have the right to grow together. Another very important thing has been the condemnation of Pak-supported terror. And all the countries in the joint declaration have joined this view that terrorism should be opposed in unison. And after Pahalgam attack, all these nations of the BRICS, they have come together and they have opposed terrorism. And very important here, the multipolarism, that all countries should have the right, and the reforms of the unilateral organizations like the UNSC, the WTO, and the other organizations. So they all need to be reformed, and that is very urgent. That's what we were hearing, the statement from the MEA also. So very important points out here, that growth should be inclusive, growth should be together. There should be an approach of multilateralism where economically all countries should be respected, and there cannot be no two standards, Sneha, about the terrorism.
Shivani Sharma getting us up to speed with that, putting that statement of the Prime Minister into perspective today.